Welcome back, guys. Axie here, and today we're going to be talking about some game modes and some maps that are going to be removed after Operation Jantus is implemented into the full game. From orange to gray, how subtle. So after the Operation Jantus is fully released, the new common arms per se, in the patch notes they say they're getting rid of Bombing Run and Season Secure. Now these are two of the most unpopular game modes by far. They are correct in their assessment and to get rid of them. Bombing Run was the only one that was moderately successful, and that was due to the fact that when it first came out, between the first 6 months to a year, if you actually got a full game, like you guys went the full distance with win trading in Bombing Run, you could get like back then 8 to 10,000, and that was a lot of EXP. It was a lot of time, but it was the best EXP for a little bit of time. So there was some exploitation that was nerfed. People didn't really like playing the game mode. It took too much time. Game crashed a lot back then. So it just kind of went to the wayside. So I do agree with this change. I think it needed to go. It just clear up the room. I've been saying it for a long time. You have so many game modes that no one plays anymore. Just get rid of them. And now the other one, Season Secure. Now this game mode is, oh man, this game mode is so cancer. So cancer, looking at you, Wasp. And basically, like, you had to control points. So it was almost like domination, but you had to like control point, and then you'd upload, and they almost like upload intel, and then get a certain amount of points for it. And you had to get to a certain amount of points in a certain amount of time. Kind of had some capture the flag element in there with making sure you had enough points by the time per se. If you didn't get all the points to win. So this game was not really much to talk about. It was interesting, and I liked the concept, but no one played this. The EXP was not good on this game mode, time related, performance related, and it's just, just with the old. Right, there's many more game modes you could argue that you should get rid of. Now I understand people like their VIP and they like their spy hunt, but personally I wouldn't fret to get rid of those either. So moving on, we also have some maps that need to be talked about. First map up, guys, is a map called Battle at City Center. Now this map is a very interesting map in the regard of it is regarded as a big map, but it's actually kind of tiny. The wide open areas were far too large and vast for what area they had. I don't know if I'm going to miss this map. I'm kind of glad it's gone, but a little sense of me is going to kind of miss it just to play elimination on from time to time, but, whatever. Next map, a favorite of mine. I'm very sad this map's actually leaving. Silent Warehouse. Interesting little fact about Silent Warehouse. This is kind of like a copy of the Sudden Attack version, which is kind of a copy of the Crossfire version, and then later on Arctic Combat made a version of this. That was all free-to-play games. I'm going to miss this map. This map did not deserve to be taken away, and I don't think it had enough time to grow. Like, this is a good map. I don't know what they're doing. It's sad. It's sad. Next map, Red Canyon. Oh man, Red Canyon. What a great. Well, it was more of a fun map to play, but practically, search and destroy on it was hard. Elimination was rough. I can see why this map's being taken away. It's most of these maps being taken away is playability. Like, there's not enough. They're not getting a lot of play, and they're not succeeding. But this map will always have a special place in my heart for with the old clan. So I'll miss it a bit. Death Row is being removed as well, which is from the Hired Guns, or it came out with Hired Guns, I think. This map's notorious for being the power level, the birthplace of the power level in Hired Guns, and the one with like the NPCs or whatever. And I can see why they're getting rid of it. They just want to eliminate exploits on anything, like just destroy the exploit altogether at this point. So it kind of makes sense, even though it's dead. But whatever. Now, my second or third map that I would like to stay, this one being Dark Forest, the one being Dark Forest, I should say, I'm going to miss it. It was a good map, and I had a lot of fun on it. At first, when it came out, the community was very hard on this map. And I was too, I'm not going to lie. I hated it. But it grew on me, and it grew on a lot of people, almost like a cult, And it's going to be missed. It was a lot of fun playing with your clan on this map, and I'm going to miss it. I really hope they don't get rid of all these maps, like the ones I like. I know, it's terrible. So, one of the last maps that's getting removed is Lunar Labs, and this is a troll map, and the heart of the power leveling right now, as many people know in VIP server, with the 30% and people playing Elimination Pro on this map. I think that's why they're getting rid of it, ultimately. It's not even just play. I know no one really plays this map. I mean, it's a good excuse, but in general, they just want to kill an exploit, and I don't blame them. I'm kind of okay with this one. I agree with this removal. So, the meme map, as I call it, Deadly Dunes, was a very well-made map. The sandstorm aspect that came in from time to time was cool, but it was way too vast, kind of large. Alpha and Bravo bases were just really hard to play in. They were just ruined and something out of like the 90s. It didn't make any sense. It doesn't get a lot of play, and that's probably why it's being removed. Final map is the Call of Duty map. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. Ha ha ha. It's just this shit map called Treasure Ship, and yeah, I have nothing to say about it. It's a bad map. I don't know where they were going with this. It's different. I can say that it's unique, but it's the kind of unique that you don't like. So that's an overview of all the maps being removed. I just kind of wanted to talk about it and rant about nothing really. But I just wanted to show you guys what was being removed. So we have a little surprise. We have one more surprise that I want to show you guys, and then we'll be done with this video. Alright guys, so my little surprise, that's not really a surprise, it's on the website, is a quote, more or less a write-up, but I've quoted it here from Nexon. I don't know who wrote it up. It could have been any one of their staffers for all I know. But let's read it off. There are many factors that could be the cause of the unpopularity of PCM, but a lack of variety, certainty, and also seems to be one. Let's just stop there and say, you know why PCM wasn't popular. Woggle died, this CGL new kid shit died, and you never supported Woggle back then. There was no support. PCM was your way of showing support, and I like it. I acknowledge that many times, talked to a few GMs about it, but let's be fair, we know why it hasn't kicked off. This was needed when the game came out. Something like this after you decided that Black Market was going to be the money-making thing of your game. So, moving on. So a fresh look at competitive combat arms was needed. That is true. Giving it honor where it was due, the pure combat mode was used as a basis for coming up with the following selection of items. Now, on the website, I don't mean to cut off again. On the website, they have all the weapons and gear and characters that you can use in PCM. It has been expanded heavily. I'm not going to put them all here. There's literally a few hundred items, I think. So check that out. For sure. Go read through it. I recommend it. Get your PCM loadout going and have fun with whatever's going to come. But a lot of weapons that are up to par in stats performance to current PCM. So obviously we all know that in Common Arms there's a lot of differentiation in weapons these days, far greater than a year. Like you go back a year, 2 years, you keep going back to years, things were simpler. You didn't have to have such a brain to remember everything. It's starting to get complicated. Power and stats forms occur in PCM. Weapons, but were not included in PCM, have been added. So they added like a lot of cosmetic stuff, and a lot more other things that they feel are appropriate. And I went over it, I went over it roughly, and I think it's not that bad. I think some things could be tweaked. I don't think they would take my input seriously, but maybe if I'm hanging out with some of the PCM guys that have some kind of relationship with some GMs, maybe we could get something through. We have also had variants of PCM weapons that were missing for no particular reason, and have added lots of melee weapons for individual variety. This is hilarious. We have also added various visual variants of PCM weapons that were missing for no particular reason. How do you write that and put that on a website for... the Commoners website on an article or an update thing they put out, usually between 3,000 to 5,000 views is low, and anything over 5,000 I consider high. 10,000, 20, that's a lot for the website, because so many idiots don't check the website. I'm sorry, guys. Check the website. Don't be an idiot. I'm calling you out. I know you don't like it. Fuck off. So, it was true. A lot of PCM visual, cosmetic variants were missing, and I always thought that was weird. So they added, I saw the Polish M4. I hope the gold AK's in there. I mean, I want to, it's the little things, Actually, I think the Polish M4, yeah, not the custom. Sorry, I thought for a second they were adding the custom, but I don't think so. Just stuff like that. It was kind of funny. I just thought I'd talk about that and have a good laugh. The people who write for the website, I don't know who does it, or multiple people, but they always write so awkwardly. It's kind of funny. So we have one more thing. I know, guys, I'm springing all this stuff. I was gonna make a separate video for this, but I thought let's just add one more thing that you're gonna find it interesting. It's a small little tidbit that I had a conversation with the GM yesterday, and I want to show you this screenshot. All right, guys. Last thing here is a screenshot that I took yesterday. I had a little conversation with an admin. He was ghosting our room, as I would use the term ghosting, as he was spectating. He was invisible. I don't know. The GMs have some weird tools. So this GM here, Helmet, I think Fox there, you may see him, Fox, Twitch streamer. Link will be in the description. Check out his channel. He streams Combat Arms. He's a pretty cool guy. His clan is good. He gets some viewers. Go in there, have a conversation. Tell him I sent you. I would, he would really appreciate it. He's a cool guy. So we're playing some games yesterday, and this GM was there, and he's, the GMs nowadays are out all in droves. They're actually logging on to their accounts they haven't touched in 7 years. So I asked him about the ePro thing. As you can see here, I blocked out everything else so you could focus on it. And he didn't have an official answer. I want you guys just to read that for yourselves. I tried following up with the GM. I wanted to kind of prove that, and I wanted to kind of talk about it a bit. My opinion is the GMs have less power, less influence, less everything than we previously thought. There was a long time ago. I can even remember back to 2010, 2012. I may have ran into a GM twice, and I played 12 hours a day. I was insane. Not a lot of GMs around. Between the 2 to 3 year period, I never really ran into GMs, never really got to ask them anything. And if I did, I don't remember. That was a long time ago. We always thought they were divine. Always thought they were almost gods in the sense of, they had the ear of developers, or, we didn't really know. I mean, you never really heard many theories about them. Everyone knew Kalika from the forums and from time to time in game, I guess, but we didn't really know. So after my conversation with 3 GMs, I sadly don't have a screenshot, about PCM, and my conversation with this guy, they really have no answers. Now, some people I've talked to have said, oh, Axia, you can't blame them. You can't get mad at them. They're just a GM. Think about it, be in their shoes, And I gave it some thought, and I thought, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm being too hard on them. But someone's got to hold someone to the book. And if these developers can't come out and defend what they're doing and their choices to change things, because this ePro thing pissed me off. You can't make changes like this without informing the community. Combat Arms isn't a small community. We just want patch notes. Fuck, if Valve can make patch notes for stupid things, not everything Valve does, not every patch note is stupid. There are some important stuff in there like CSGO and stuff. But if even Valve can get the minuscule, minute details of patch notes, there's no excuse why Nexon can't either. It's lazy and stupid. Put your GMs to that task. Seriously. Do you want me to spell it out for you? I'm a little mad about it. I know this video topic is completely different, but I had to add this stuff in with the website and this. I wanted to do a follow-up. Get those videos out. But that's going to be about it for me, guys. My name is Axia. Leave a like, a dislike, comment. Just go down there, click that link to Fox's channel. Like I said, great guy. Go watch his stream. Links will be all in the description. All that fun stuff. You guys go frag some people. I'm going to go play Combat Arms right now. Peace out.